clicking on this, you might expect this. It's not really just one room. It's in fact a compilation of rooms or lounges, as we're calling them. And we'll go through each of these individually, but the first I want to talk about is this AU archive. We'll just start right here at the very top of the list. Now, if I click on this, I'm going to be taken to a room where, if I'd like, I can take a look at some of the great content that we brought to you guys last year at Autodesk University. So you can see some of the interviews that we conducted, take a look, kind of a sneak peek behind the scenes at some of the various networking events that happened at Autodesk University last year, along with lots of other great things. So even though this content is indeed a year old, it doesn't mean it's any less relevant to this year's content. Certainly worth watching when you have a few free moments as you're browsing Autodesk University. Back at our list of various lounges offered here inside of the AU Virtual Conference Center, the next one that we come across is AU Flickr Lounge. Now, for folks who might not be too familiar with what Flickr is all about, in a nutshell, it's a very popular photo sharing service that allows folks to upload the photos that they shoot. And so it goes without saying that I'm sure lots of the thousands of attendees out at Autodesk University will be taking plenty of photos throughout the conference. And if they upload those to Flickr, we'll be able to share them with you guys back home here through AU Virtual. And so you'll want to come here to check out all the great things people are taking photos of straight from the conference floor in Las Vegas. As anyone who has attended Autodesk University in Las Vegas will tell you, that much of the power of attending the conference on site isn't necessarily the structured piece, but more the unstructured, the casual conversation that you have in the hallway with another person in the same industry as you, the really cool thing that you see in the exhibit hall, whatever the case might be. AU Raw is our place to bring some of that to you, our AU virtual attendees. And so what AU Flickr Lounge is to still photos, AU Raw is going to be to videos. And so what attendees in Vegas will be able to do is share some of the videos that they shoot, maybe with their smartphone, their flip cams, maybe they have a real camcorder, whatever the case might be. They're going to be able to shoot that video and share it with us to share with each and every one of you, our AU virtual attendees. And so what you're going to be able to gain here is a truly uncut look at what it is to attend Autodesk University in Vegas and to share some of the excitement that many other attendees are experiencing as well. So I'm very excited to serve as your AU virtual host this year, but I'm even more excited about some of the cool stuff that I'm going to get to share with you straight from the showroom floor directly to your desktop. And so where you'll find a lot of this great content is going to be the AU show floor report. And so if I visit this lounge, I'll be able to access a comprehensive library of videos that we're going to be shooting all throughout the conference. So some of the cool things that you can expect in this section of the AU Virtual Conference Center are some exclusive interviews, a look at the exhibit hall, some of the cool exhibitors. There's always something very cool on the exhibit hall floor. Also something that even the attendees in Vegas don't get to see, which is kind of a behind the scenes making of Autodesk University. So you'll be able to catch all of this type of content right here at the AU Show Floor Report. I certainly hope you'll join me here, as I'm going to enjoy bringing all sorts of great stuff straight from the show floor to your desktop. I'll speak on the AU Virtual Concierge Lounge separately, but first I want to talk about this Latin American Lounge. We're very excited to welcome even more people than ever to Autodesk University Virtual this year, and one of the ways that we're doing that is by offering more content in more languages than ever. And so this year, the Latin American Lounge will provide several videos and also allow our Latin American crowd to interact in their native languages. And so we're very excited to add this to Autodesk University Virtual and welcome everyone joining us from Latin America. So the next lounge that we come across is the Media Lounge. Now, while this is certainly primarily focused for folks who are members of the press or the media, that type of thing, it's certainly open to everyone who's enjoying AU Virtual, including you. And so we welcome you to check this out as a way to find out a little bit more about who Autodesk is as a company. So you can learn about that, see some of their press releases, access some of the media resources, and so on down the line. And so while this is certainly tailored more for media and press, it's certainly a beneficial location for anyone with an interest in Autodesk. So it doesn't really seem to matter what industry you work in. This idea of going green or sustainability has become much more than a buzzword. And so we actually have an entire lounge dedicated to sustainability. So if we visit this is where you can find all sorts of great content expressed through things like customer stories, profiles, that type of thing. And this is all related to sustainability in the designs that you work on. So here you can see we've got things like BIM for sustainable design, also sustainable design, the bottom line, all sorts of great content that if you are dealing with sustainability in any way, you'll certainly want to come and check out some of the resources that we've made available for you here in the Sustainability Lounge. So last but certainly not least is the Virtual Art Expo Lounge, and this one is really, really cool. It's actually being offered as part of the Manufacturing Lounge that'll actually be on site at Autodesk University in Vegas. Now, what Autodesk has done is invited 10 artists from varying backgrounds all throughout the industry here to Autodesk University to do their thing, work their magic using Sketchbook Pro for the iPad. And so there's actually a really cool video in here that kind of frames this up a little bit more. And if I open this up, you'll see this video right here. So as you can see, it looks like this is going to be a great time. That's just the intro video for the whole segment. You can actually meet each and every one of the artists that will be at Autodesk University this year by looking at a quick little artist profile. All of these folks will be doing their thing with their Apple iPhone or iPad using Autodesk's Sketchbook Pro software, and we'll be sharing their masterpieces with each and every one of you, our Autodesk University virtual attendees, through the AU Virtual Conference Center. So this one looks like it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of really neat things being added to this segment of the Virtual Conference Center. So wrapping up our tour of the lobby, the next room that we come across is exhibit halls, and this is always a fun place to visit. There's always some really neat exhibitors at Autodesk University, and we're bringing them to you here through Autodesk University Virtual. So as you can see, the exhibitors are starting to move in here, and I can check out any one of them. Maybe I want to take a look at the Autodesk manufacturing booth, and here I'll be able to interact with the exhibitors and also other attendees also visiting that same booth. So certainly worth checking out the exhibit halls. We certainly hope you will go and visit each and every one of them. It's always a very exciting place to visit at Autodesk University in Vegas, and I'm sure it'll be no different for those of you attending back home through the Autodesk University Virtual Conference Center. So undoubtedly, one of the biggest draws of Autodesk University, regardless if you choose to attend on-site or virtually like yourself, are the classes. And so I'd like to spend a quick moment discussing some of your options in attending classes here at AU Virtual. Now, first things first, you'll probably want to see all of the classes that are actually offered and what they entail. And so to do that, I encourage you to take a quick stroll over here to the AU Virtual Concierge Lounge. Now, when I come here, I'll notice that there's a sign on the wall here that says click here for the class schedule. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And what it's going to do is open up a window displaying the complete AU Virtual 2010 class catalog. So if I'd like, I can just browse the entire catalog at will, or if I'd like to kind of hone things down to some specific interests of mine, I can maybe say English classes being offered on the AutoCAD track and hit search. And when I do that, it'll just filter out just those classes matching the parameters that I specified. So from here, I can start assembling kind of a rough idea of the classes that I would like to attend during AU Virtual this year. And so once I've got that basic idea in my mind, I can start assembling my class list or my class catalog. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. And to begin building my class schedule, I'm going to click on Virtual Classes. And this will open up another window. It's organized by those tracks, so those same tracks that I showed you a moment ago. So once again, maybe I'm looking for some classes here in the AutoCAD track, so I'll go ahead and click on it. And you'll notice that a complete list of all the classes in the AutoCAD track are indeed listed here for me to, if I'd like, go ahead and enroll in. So as I browse through here, maybe this class right here, hey, I never knew that, the best of LT Unlimited catches my eye, and so I'd like to go ahead and attend this class. So in order to add that to my track, what I'm going to do is find this little icon right here beneath the kind of the class description, and it says add to my track. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now after I click on that, notice the icon changes from that plus mark over here to the checkbox right there. So if I'd like, I could continue browsing through the virtual catalog here, assembling my course schedule, and then at the end of it all, I can come over here to My Tracks. When I do that, it's going to list out all the classes I've enrolled in by track. So I can click here, and you'll notice that that class that I enrolled in, the Hey, I Never Knew That, the Best of LT Unlimited, is listed right here. If for some unknown reason I'd like to remove that, I could. However, probably more importantly, I'd want to download a reminder so that Outlook will remind me, hey, I've got this really awesome class to attend at AU Virtual. So you can click on this button, and it will download a quick little file that you can import into your Outlook calendar, so it will remind you when Kate goes to present her class. All right, so we're almost out of time today, but one last thing that I did want to cover was some of the social aspects of the AU Virtual Conference Center. So Autodesk University is, of course, embracing things like Facebook and Twitter and those type of things, but just here inside of the Virtual Conference Center, it by itself is very, very social. Now, one of the first things that you'll probably want to do so that you can maximize the potential of this is to edit your profile and specify some information about yourself. So the way we'll do that is just by coming down here in the right corner of the AU Virtual interface and clicking Edit Profile. So this is going to pop up a window that's going to ask some basic questions about me, such as my company, my title, what language I like to use for chat, my website, my industry, different things like this. This will allow other attendees also attending Autodesk University Virtual to kind of learn a little bit about you and figure out if they'd like to reach out to you. Now, once you've got that, you can come down here and you'll notice that we have several icons also in the menu bar, and they are public chat, so chat to everyone, or I can chat one-on-one with other individuals also attending Autodesk University Virtual. Finally, I can also send messages or emails between other virtual attendees. Now, one last thing that's very important to mention is that as I'm perusing the halls here of Autodesk University Virtual, I might, gather a few things along the way. And so it's important to note the briefcase, especially as I go through the exhibit hall. I might gather some things from various exhibitors there as they share those with me. As they share those items, I will find them here in my briefcase. Now, you'll notice that I don't have everything here quite yet, but I'm sure that will change as the conference starts up next week. So that about wraps up all the things that we had planned for today's webcast. Once again, my name is Donnie Gladfelter. I'll be serving as your AU virtual host this year. I cannot wait to get out into Vegas and start sharing all of the wonderful things that will certainly be Autodesk University 2010 with each of you at home. Thank you for taking time out of your day and attending today's webcast, and I will see each and every one of you guys next week.